Hello guys, and welcome to my guided tour of the base that I've built in Windrose. I've been completely obsessed with this game for the last couple of months. I absolutely love it, and I wanted to show you some of the things that I've built in the game. So I built a sort of whole pirate town, a dock, a shipyard, a tavern, everything. So I'm going to take you on a guided tour. I don't know how long this video will be, but I'll try to give you sort of like a whistle-stop tour of what I've built. Okay, so here we are standing outside my pirate villa, and I wanted to make this sort of very grand because it is for the captain. It's the captain's residence, so it needs to be sort of fancy. So you can see it's quite sprawling. So we're going to go up here. I built a balcony over the front door. I like the columns that are mounted on the front. I wanted to make the entrance look a bit grand, so I built this two-tier staircase up to the front door, and I put some water features and stuff here. I do really love the water features and the fountains that the devs have given us in the game. I hope we get more stuff like that in the future. And we walk through the main door, and you can see we've got a grand staircase there that leads up to sort of a tiered gallery above. I love the beam work in this game. You can do so much with the beams, so I have done quite a bit of that throughout the house because I love the detailing of it. So there's a seating area and stuff over here. I also love that the devs gave us these ships and bottles. I think those are so cool. So yeah, seating area down here. This is the captain's office. This is the captain's desk. This is where he plots, you know, all of his next fleets that he wants to conquer and everything else. Underneath the stairs, because there was like this empty space underneath the stairs, what I did was I built in sort of a secret storage area, so all of my, you know, treasure and pirate chests are sort of hidden underneath there, which I thought was a really nice sort of use of the space down there. Another seating area just here with some of the really fancy expensive furnishings, and you can see the same around the fire. I do absolutely love the lighting in this game. I think the devs have done a fantastic job. I mean, lighting is always pretty decent in Unreal anyway, but this is really, really nice. If we run upstairs, I can show you the bedrooms. So I built sort of a hunting cabin sort of look here with the hunting furnishings, which I think are really cool. Again, some of the detailings on this furniture that the devs have given us is really cool. It makes me really excited for what they're going to give us next when it, you know, eventually gets to 1.0. And this is the captain's quarters. So we've got the large luxurious bed in here, which is the best bed that you can get in the game at the moment. And again, a few little scattered ornaments, which again, I love that the devs gave us these little mini ships, and these are actually miniatures of the ships that you can build in the game, and I think that is such a fantastic touch. I love that the devs did that. There's galleried walkway over here, which, as you can see, leads you over to the front door, so you can kind of see from here, from this point, that there is quite a lot to see in this build. Okay, it was quite huge. I found a cove basically and decided that I was going to fill it and build my own pirate city, so this is kind of like what we're looking at today. So if we run downstairs, there is another doorway there that leads out onto a balcony across here. We'll come down to this in a minute, but again it's another place where you can kind of look out above the house. So we run down the stairs, I'll take you to the other half of the house. So I built in this massive hallway. I wanted to use it for something, so I put some desks and stuff in here. And again, I did a load of beam work up here in the roof because I love the beams. Two double doors here that open out onto that space that we looked at before. That was the balcony that we were just on. So there's sort of a covered seating area here where, you know, the captain could sit and have business meetings and drink grog and, you know, survey everything that he has built across his ports while sitting comfortably. So if we go back into this hallway, this door leads us into the dining room. As you can see, it's laid out for our next pirate banquet. Again, love the fact that the devs gave us all this decorations. So, you know, all the not just the tables and chairs, but obviously the cutlery, the steelware, everything like that. I think the plates and stuff, they're really cool. So it took me a while to make all those, but I think it looks cool. Here's the kitchen. So again, simple kitchen area. All the things, you know, all the paraphernalia that you would need to create a banquet. And I built sort of like a countertop almost. We don't really have much of a countertop here, but I kind of use some of the decorations, some of the furnishings, sideboards and stuff like that to make it look like this would be sort of where you would prepare all the food in the kitchen. Through this door, you go down a few steps and it takes you into basically the kitchen garden. So all the fruits, the vegetables and everything that you might need to cook are growing out here, or at least they will be when I get to fill in this final patch. And I built a potting shed out the back, so this is where you can make all your seedlings and everything else ready to plant and have storage. Nice little seating area there for the chef so they can come out of the heat of the kitchen. And I also built a woodshed because it's filled with logs at the moment, because of course we are going to need a lot of logs for all the fires in the house. Planted some more fruit trees down here, and then I created this archway that leads us into what is, I suppose, the fanciest part of the garden. So you have like this courtyard garden, and again lots and lots of fountains and stuff. Top tip, in nighttime, if you want to get some lighting into your fountains, I found that placing some of the small wax candles on the clay bases at the bottom of the fountains creates a really nice glow at the evenings, and so I've done that in all of them, so it looks really pretty at night. So if that's something that you want to do, that's a top tip if you haven't done it already. I made this sort of awning that comes out of the side of the house, and again another fancy seating area with some of the really nice furniture. And then I didn't want to make a conservatory as such, but I wanted something to look similar to it, so I used some of the stained glass windows to make another raised seating area here, and this would be where the men can hang out, drink grog, talk about their conquests. They can look out to sea and survey any enemy ships that are on the horizon, and it's just a place for them sort of to hang out and relax. Here I built a lookout tower, so if we go up the tower, I can take you to the top, because you need a lookout tower. So there's a seating area and stuff up here, but again it's got a really good view from up here, from quite into the distance, and again across the the actual port itself, and yeah, you can see quite far, so you can see there's some ships in the distance. So this is a really good sort of lookout place. So I wanted to build at least one lookout tower on the property. So let's run back through the house, take you back through the dining room. And we'll go back to the captain's desk, because behind the captain's desk here there is a door, and this door leads to another lookout, and this is a private one which is just meant for the captain himself, so he can come straight out, and again he's got his own lookout tower directly behind his desk, so if there's trouble he can come and survey it very, very quickly. Now, if I close this door and we walk through this passageway, it leads us into what would be the army barracks. So we've got the guardhouse basically over there. This will be barracks for the men, so it will have like beds and stuff in here. I haven't quite finished it yet. I need to get some more materials to finish it off. But that's what this will be. It'll be a barracks. And then on this side, you can see there I built the gatehouse basically. A warehouse, and I put some cannons here. I made these portholes through the walls so that you could have the cannons there so you could shoot at the enemy, and I put a few of them all the way down, so we've got some robust defenses at least on this side of the island. If I go in here and we go up the stairs, you can see I built sort of like a tiered storage area, so and a ladder there that supposedly you could walk up to get to the different areas. And then these stairs lead all the way to the top, which again, more lookouts up here. So you could have lookouts posted on all of these points. And then I built a water tower here in the middle, because we do need some fresh water. We're surrounded by seawater, but we do need fresh water. So I put this water tower at the top. If we run back down, I'll take you back down through here. So I made an archway here, and you can see there's two big double doors here that lead out onto the dock. So ships can literally come in, drop off all the supplies, and then they can be taken straight into the barracks there for defences. So I quite like the way this turned out. It looks kind of cool, and you can see all my ships there that are docked in the port. I built a fishing hut here because I feel like being this close to the port, we're going to be doing a lot of fishing. So it's like a bait shop basically, where you can come and get all your rope supplies, fishing supplies, anything like that, bait, etc. The hatch there to be served, and then on this side I put a seating area for the fishermen. Once they've got their catch of the day, they can come and relax. I did try fencing this off. This is a dodo pen or a dodo nest. It doesn't work though, as you can see, because this one is roaming free. So at some point it would be nice if we could sort of contain them, so it's like a restricted area, because you can't destroy these nests currently, so you do have to build around them. I mean, you can build on top of them, but then the dodos are going to spawn in your house, which, it's not really what you want. Now, we don't have any paths at the moment in the game, so what I did was I took some of the blocks and I sunk them into the earth to make it look like there was a path here that is kind of, worn away. Because I didn't want it to be like a perfect gravelled, paved street of town. I wanted it to look weathered. So that's what I've kind of done here, and I think it looks pretty cool. I made some seating areas and stuff here, as you can see, with some of the cooking fires for the pirates to hang out, and then some simple, really simple beach houses here for the men, the pirate folk to live in. Because if you're not grand enough to stay in the captain's villa, or you're not important enough, then you can pitch up your own sort of house here on the shoreline. Now, although we are pirates, I figured that we do have our own moral code, so I decided to build a small chapel here next to the main house. And it is very, very simple. So if we walk inside, you can see I've just put some carpet on the floor, some simple church pews, and then I built a very simple altar here with some of the stained glass windows. And I'm quite happy with how this turned out. I think it looks pretty cool. So we just close those doors, and then next to the chapel I have a small graveyard for all the fallen pirates to be laid to rest. So I built some simple graveyards for them. I used some of the shell decorations and stuff, and I put some planting around it so it looks like more established. And I just thought it was quite a nice sort of tribute to all of our fallen brethren, so that they can be remembered. Some of them will have sea burials, obviously, but some of them may not, and these could be wives as well and children of said pirates. So yeah, we've got a small little graveyard to remember all of the fallen. And then I built sort of a Roman bathhouse over here. I wanted to use the sea for something, and I decided that making a bathhouse was really cool, because if you see the way that the sandbanks here are laid, you can actually swim out, so it kind of does look like a pool. So this turned out really well, and I built obviously these columns, and I put a roof over the top of it as well, and I built some changing rooms to the side, so you've got some places to get changed, a simple bench, so it's his and hers, so it's the same on both sides. So we've got changing rooms, so you can get changed and then go and have a dip, and get rid of 3 months worth of being out at sea and all the crud that you've been covered in for all that time. You can come here and rinse off. And again, a couple more pirate houses. I try to give them a bit of variety so they don't look all the same, because the idea is that each pirate will have decided to build their own. I probably will build some more of them as time goes on, but for now that's all I have at the moment. Then we come into the main crafting area. So as you can see, all the crafting materials, I've got every single crafting station that you can get currently in game is here. All the furnaces are here. I built a huge planting section here in the middle, and then I put lots of benches and stuff here where you can sit and eat, because here is my tavern. You cannot have a pirate city without a tavern. It's the heart. So I built this tavern here, so the seating area outside, and if we go inside, again, more seating. I built a bar area over here, which I'm really pleased with. I just built this out of half walling and some floor tiles, but I think it's turned out really well, because it does look like a proper bar. And I put a hatch in here as well, so if you get off the ship and you're really desperate for a grog, you don't even have to walk around to the bar. You can literally just be served through the hatch. There's a kitchen over here, simple, modest kitchen. Again, everything in here that you need to build, you know, to make some really nice food. I put a chimney as well, and then put the cooking fire in there. If we just have a quick look upstairs, I built some in rooms. So we've got a simple double room here, changing area, and then we've got another one over here, which is a modest one, very, very simple. This one would be the cheapest room because it's got cheapest furniture in it. And then this one is sort of a more grand room. This has got a large, luxurious bed. So this is where, you know, if you've got money, this is sort of like the best in room that you could have. And there is also an attic room, which if we go upstairs, very simple bed and a desk up here. And again, you've got a really good view there out to the port, which is at the very, very top of the inn. So if we run back downstairs, there is a door here that leads out the back because I wanted to put a shortcut in. So you can see there's my chimney. It kind of turned out really well. I had to sort of fashion a chimney pot and the chimney breast itself. And it does, the smoke coming out the top of it is really good. Like I said, the devs have really given us lots of things to use. And I wanted to practice using the terrain. So I built this walkway that leads all the way over here and into here, which is my warehouse. So this is my storage area. So you can see I've got all the different storages that you can get in the game, built multiple crates. All the merchants are in here as well, so I can easily buy something and then I can put it straight into my storage, which makes it really, really, really simple. Then I've got my ship right here, and I've got obviously my fast travel bell, so I can literally spawn in, run straight into here, into my warehouse, dump off all my loot, order anything that I need, and get straight back out. So it's really efficient. And again, really pleased with how that turned out. Now, this actually isn't the final spot for my bonfire. It's here at the moment because I just needed to move it so that I could actually build further over here. I've actually have done a good job of hiding this bonfire. Its actual home is down here. Because I know we don't always want bonfires on display, so my actual bonfire actually sits down there on that piece of beach that you can see. That's where its actual home is, and then it's got enough radius to meet all of the crafting stations that I've got over there and the warehouse, and it works really, really well. But like I say, I had to move it because I was building over the side. So over this side, it's not finished yet. Over this side I built basically the ship master's house. Okay, so this would be his house, and over here eventually there will be a shipyard, so I will be building like ships and stuff here. Again, I haven't got to that yet, but that's my next aim. We have a quick look at his house. So simple cooking area, fire, seating area with food and stuff here, another little simple seating area here, and if we go upstairs we've got a desk area and a bed. And I say this would be the room that the dockmaster, the shipyard owner would basically be living in. And eventually you'll walk out here and like I say, there will be a shipyard here. That's my next goal, as well as building a lighthouse right over there where you can see that piece, that sandbank. That's going to have a lighthouse on it eventually once I get that far. But look at these ships. Just look at them. Look at the detail on these ships. I love what the devs have done with these ships, and I cannot wait to see what the new ships are like when we hit 1.0. It's so exciting. This game is so much fun. This hole in the wall is deliberate, guys. It was a shortcut to get to the mine. Eventually I will close this off, but it was just quicker than running all the way around the terrain. So I built a shortcut in there. Okay, so we have a really quick look at the crafting stations. So as you can see, I've put all the crafting stations are in here, so it's really easy to get to whatever I need. And I just put some log piles and stuff there. There's a kitchen area over here to do all the cooking and stuff like that. Alchemy was over here, so all the alchemy stuff and enchanting and stuff is over here. So it's all really close together. Works really, really well. And now we come to the dock. So I built a big long dock, as you can see, and if we walk down here, I built what basically will be there for the merchants. Now obviously at the moment we only have 3 merchants, so I've got multiple ones at the moment, As time goes on, what I would love the devs to do is to add, you know, instead of having to go and visit all the factions and all the different islands in order to sell the loot, I would really love to be able to have them on our base. So I've built basically expansion slots for merchants, so they can all sit here and you can literally just run down them and you know, order whatever it is that you need. And then down here, again, I had to put this bonfire here while I was putting lighting and stuff down. That isn't a fixture. That is going to go. I built a fishing spot right down here at the bottom of the pier. So I put some drying racks and stuff here for the fish, and you know, you can go and do a bit of fishing. And like I say, that is where my lighthouse will go, which I think is a really cool spot for it as you come in through the bay. So that's basically it. It's taken me probably around 60-70 hours in order to build all of this, because like I say, there was absolutely nothing here obviously when I started, but I am pleased with how it's turned out. I've really enjoyed the build. I cannot wait to see what the devs have in store. I will go as far as to say that currently Windrose is my game of the year for 2026. I've loved every single minute of it, and I cannot wait to see what else we have in store for us. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that tour of my pirate base, even though it's not finished. I'm still looking forward to building it, and I'll catch you on the next one.